Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel, Winterberry Hearth. My name is Lisa, and today we're going to work on a shawl. I did have some images of it in here that I'll add, and this is something of a summertime shawl. It is a shawl that I did a really long time ago. I don't remember what year it was that I actually did that. I'll have to look through the photographs. But originally when I did it in this yarn. And this was from Loops and Thread from Michaels. And I don't believe that they make this anymore. This is a super fine yarn. It did call for a 3.5 crochet hook, which I happen to have. I think it's an E hook. And so it worked up really with a really beautiful drape. And we did the dragonfly shawl in something similar. But again, the original was done in a super fine. I was not able to find another super fine. Actually, I did find a super fine, but I wanted to use this instead. This is Yarn Bee Yarntopia in the color Heather. It's kind of a soft lavender, and this is from Hobby Lobby. Now, this is not a super fine yarn. This is considered to be a fine yarn, and they recommend a 4.5 crochet hook, which a G is a 4, an H is a 5. So I don't have a 3.5. Oh, I'm sorry, a 4.5. Well, an I hook is a 5.5. So I don't have a 4.5. And to be honest with you, this feels like a sport weight yarn. I did work some of it. I did work ahead a little bit in this with the G hook, which is the 4 point. It is a little tight, but it still gives me a really good drape. So because I wanted to work it up and see how I feel about it before I go ahead and do it, I feel like I'm going to be fine with this. So we're going to go ahead and work it with this since I don't happen to have a 4.5 hook. Okay, now you are welcome to go down to a superfine, use the hook that's in that calls for on the package. That's going to be your best bet. Or if you want to go up to instead of a sport weight, to go to a worsted weight, again, use the hook that's recommended for the package. Work up a few rows of it to see how you feel about the drape. I mean, it's a shawl. It's not a fitted garment like a sweater or anything. So with a shawl, you have some give and take as to size. And I'm really a firm believer in, when you have a pattern and you try to do something that, to change it a little bit to fit your needs, to suit your needs. And I also believe that there is something to be said about yarn, its hook, and the pattern. I think that a pattern might call for a specific type of yarn, but I think yarn specifically does call for a special type of pattern and hook. You have to find that happy medium between the two. The superfine yarns that I used to get from Michaels worked really great with a G or an E hook. But again, this is going to be a little bit different, and it's been years since I actually worked this pattern. So today we're going to start a new one. And this is an asymmetrical shawl. It essentially is going to be this asymmetrical shape that I started out here with, this being the shoulder edge and this being the bottom border. And the bottom border, every few rows, does reduce in size to keep it the overall shape. And I did play around with how I wanted my border to be because it is a little bit different not using the superfine. The superfine was a perfect little flower on the border. So I did have to change that up a little bit, and I will go over that when we get to it, to go over different options and alternatives for you. Because again, like I said, I'm a firm believer in, if you want to change this up to a little bit so that you make it work for you, like if you don't want to add these open flowers that I did, in the pattern, you don't have to. It should be easy enough to skip it, or if you don't want to add these little flowers at the border like I did, if you want to do something like a single cluster or a bobble, you sure can. And I'll try to work something up like that and stick it in here at the beginning so that you have that option right from the get-go. Okay, let me grab this pattern from my file and we will begin. Now, let's see. I originally called this a chimera shawl because I felt like these were like little 4-leaf clovers, and chimera, that's S-E-A-M-A-I-R. Chimera is Irish for clover. So that was the original name that I gave this a long time ago, like I said. Okay, so let's start off by chaining 3 to form a ring. So make a slip stitch. And I don't know why it is, but it seems like every other project that I do, the yarn matches my hook. I mean, as far as purple goes, I guess this is purple and this is kind of a different, but it just seems like almost every time I do a project, the yarn kind of matches my hook. That is just uncanny. All right, back to business. So chain 3 to form a ring and join the ring. Now at the very tip, we are going to do something of a little cluster, a little flower cluster there. So chain 3 and single crochet into that ring. Chain 5 and single crochet into the ring. Chain 3 and single crochet into the ring. Okay, so it gives you kind of like a little floral at the very tip of the work. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2, which does not count as a double crochet. We're going to work 3 double crochets into that same ring. And we'll put that last double crochet in the first single crochet to join them. Okay, so it kind of joins to the cluster. All right, now chain 3 and turn your work. We're going to skip that first double crochet and we're going to double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet in the next double crochet, and then in the last double crochet we're going to go ahead and double crochet into that double crochet. So now basically what you have is a beginning double crochet, a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, V-stitch, and then double crochet on the end. Okay, so chain 2, and this is what we're going to call the shoulder side. Where we're going to chain 2 is going to be the shoulder side of the work. Now in that chain 1 space, we're going to go ahead and work a shell. So the shell is going to be 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Then we're going to double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay, so we did a V-stitch on this row with 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets on this side with a shell, and we're going to be continuing to do the shell. The shell is going to be going all along the shoulder side of the work, which is why we're doing a chain 2 there, to keep things tight and give it some more, to make it more sturdy. Okay, next row. We're going to chain 2, because we're on the shoulder side, and we're going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Now, to work an increase on the shawl, we will be working into the 2 double crochets on the second half of the shell, going back and forth on each row. That's how we're going to continue to do continual increases. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Actually, Actually, I think I missed a stitch. I do apologize. Let me go back. I did the shell, which is 2 double crochets. I double crocheted in the last double crochet. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong line. Chain 2 and double crochet in the next 3 stitches was correct. So there's 1, 2, and there's 3. So what we have done is, like I said, we are going to be working a shell into that shell, but we are going to be working the 2 double crochets on that shell on this row, the beginning part of the shell, to make our increase, okay? So now that we're at the shell, go ahead and work a shell in that shell, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. And then double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay. Now chain 2 and double crochet in the next 4 double crochets. So that'll bring you, oops, I'm still not in the right place. I think I'm reading the wrong line. I am so sorry. So we're going to do chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to we just work a shell into the next shell. So 1, 2, chain 1 and 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, now we double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to chain 1, we're going to skip a double crochet, and we're going to double crochet in the last double crochet. We're not counting this one over here as a double crochet. Okay, this is the beginning of our little eyelet for our flower. Okay, chain 2, and we will double crochet. I apologize, bear with me just a moment. So double crochet in the next 4. I am so sorry about that. Skip 1 shell in the next. I am so sorry about that. Again, I haven't worked this pattern for a while. So I'm going to have you go back to where you made your little V-stitch. So we did a chain 3, and we skipped the first double crochet. We double crocheted, chain 1, double crocheted in the next double crochet, and then we double crocheted in the last double crochet. That's your V-stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to put the shell into that same chain 1 space, into that V-stitch. So that's 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, and then double crochet in the last double crochet. I think we had it right up to there. So now we're going to do chain 3. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to put a shell in that first shell. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Here's where I went wrong. So there's 1, 2, and 3 being that last chain 3 space, or the last chain 2 space. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you are double crocheting in that very first stitch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip the last double crochet. You should be working the shell now into the shell. I'm going to recap this once we get done with the shell. Okay, so on this row we did a chain 2. We double crocheted in that first double crochet and the next 3. then we did a chain 1, skipped 1, and then we worked a shell into the shell. Now we're going to double crochet in the last double crochet. Now chain 3 and work the shell in the shell. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So again, this is the shoulder side of the work, and this is going to be the border side of the work. Okay, so now we're going to do a chain 3. We're going to work our little clover, our little flower, single crochet in that chain 1 space, chain 3. You're going to skip the 2 double crochets, skip the next 2 double crochets, and you're going to double crochet into the last 2 double crochets. Okay, should be on row 7. We're going to chain 2. We're on the shoulder, so we're going to double crochet in the first 2 double crochets. Then we're going to work 2 double crochets in that first chain 3 space, chain 1, skip over to the next chain 3 space, work 2 double crochets in it, then double crochet into the next 2 double crochets, which are of the shell, and then work your shell in your shell. And double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay, now we're on row 8, so let's turn. We're going to chain 3 and turn, and you're going to shell in the shell. And double crochet in the next 6 double crochets, which includes those of the shell. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will put us all the way up to that chain 1 space. So go ahead and double crochet in the next 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then go ahead and double crochet in that chain 1 space and double crochet in the last 4 stitches. And 4. Okay, so now we have the open flower, a little clover, if you will, and then a plain, this is just a plain single crochet or a plain double crochet row. Okay, so on this one is where we are going to go ahead and chain 3. And actually for this yarn, we're at the point now where we're doing this little bobble or flowery part of the bottom part of the border. And when I did it in the superfine yarn, I did a chain 3, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and made like this little flowery loop. But when I did it on here, this is what it wound up looking like, and I didn't really like it. But I'm going to experiment just a little bit. So I'm going to chain 3, I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet in that first single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 5, this is what I did on the original piece, and single crochet in that same first stitch. Then chain 3 and single crochet into that same stitch again. Okay, now we're going to do a decrease, and in order to do the decrease, we are going to now what I did on this one, if you notice, it does not want to lay flat. These ones do. So on these ones, I did it a little bit different. And the original pattern calls for us to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And I want to say that that's part of the reason why it made it so tight and want to curl. So on the other 2, I did a half double crochet. So let's go ahead and half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Okay. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, yeah, that seems to work pretty good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now that should take us almost to the end. It takes us up to the shell. We're going to go ahead and shell in the shell. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and double crochet in the last double crochet. Now here's where I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about alternatives to doing something like this. On this one, if you'll notice, it is a good bit larger on this one than it is on that one. I kind of like it larger. It actually looks really pretty. And now, if you don't like that, you don't have to do that. You can just do this, the little floret that I did down there, a little bud. This one is larger because what I did was I'll show you here. I made it's sort of like a piqué. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, instead of just single crocheting in the top of the next stitch, I skipped 3, 1, 2, 3, and I single crocheted into the 3rd chain from the hook and left the last chain unworked. Then I did a chain 1, and that's when I went ahead and I turned and I single crocheted into that top of that stitch. Then for the next one, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I skipped 3, leaving the last 2 stitches unworked, and I single crocheted into that 3rd stitch. I did a chain 2, and then I single crocheted into that same single crochet, and then I repeated for the last one. You do a chain 4, leaving a single crochet into the 3rd chain, leaving the last chain unhooked or unworked, and then single crocheted into that same stitch again, and then half double crocheted in the next 3 stitches. So that's how you can make it look a little bit bigger if you want to. If you notice the difference between the two, this is just the chaining. This is the one that has the little piquets on the end. So it's up to you. Alternatively, if you wanted to do something like a cluster, you sure could. I'll just work a little cluster. Again, like I said, I'm really a firm believer in you making this the way you want it to be. So a cluster, you would chain 3, and you would work a half double crochet, 2 double crochets, and then a 2 double crochet cluster into that 3rd chain from the hook. I think that would be better worked if we did 4 though. So let's try that instead. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to leave the last chain unhooked simply because it looks better when you do a turn. So let's do our little cluster of double crochets. Then I'm going to do a chain 1, and then I'm going to go ahead and single crochet there. Now to me, I don't like it. It doesn't really look right. You could alternatively do a chain 1, single crochet into there, so that you are on this working side of it, and then do your cluster 1, 2, 3, and then just go ahead and work your 2 double crochet cluster into that very first chain, and then single crochet into there again. Again, it's just going to kind of turn it around and make it look like a little bit of a bobble, if that's what you want to do. But I don't mind these little chain 3s like I did. That's what I did on the original pattern, so that's what I'm going to keep up with. But again, I wanted to offer you an alternative, so I gave you that piqué option to do those piqués. Okay, so we finished our row with a shell and a double crochet in the last double crochet. Sorry, let me figure out where I'm at on the... That was row 9. Okay, so on row 10, we're going to do chain 3. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to work a shell into the shell. So there's 1, 2, chain 1, and 1, 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 11 stitches, which includes those first 2 of the shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there is 11. Now we will leave the remaining stitches unworked. Remember how I said in the original, this is where we shorten it every few rows just to keep so it doesn't become too overly long. So we're increasing it a good deal with the shells, whoops, and then decreasing it every few rows. So that is how we're going to work the decrease. The remaining stitches will be left unworked. All right, so now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the next 5 double crochets. So they're including that very first one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Now we're going to work a little floral, a little eyelet floral again. So chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next 7 double crochets. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which those last 2 are in the top of that shell, because that's the increase. And then go ahead and work a shell in the shell. 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and then double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay, now we're going to do a chain 3 and turn, and we're going to work a shell in the shell. And now we're going to double crochet in the next 7 stitches, including those 2 of the last 2 double crochets of the shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm just going to pause right here. So I do want you to see that this is the shoulder side, and it is really kind of curving out. But when we get it to put this on our shoulders, what it does is it makes the whole, it's asymmetrical shawl. So it's an asymmetrical shawl. So this is how it's going to make it's slightly curved, but it makes the whole bottom part of it really drape nicely. Okay, so we just double crocheted in the next 3 stitches. We have 2 left before our chain 1 space. We're going to work our clover, so go ahead and chain 3. Skip those 2 double crochets and single crochet in the chain 1 space. Chain 3, skip the next 2 double crochets and double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Whoops, so there's 1, 2, 3. Actually, in the last 4 stitches. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to chain 2, turn your work, double crochet in the next 4 stitches with the same 4 stitches that you just made. And there's 4. You're going to work 2 double crochets in that next chain 3 space, chain 1, skip to the next chain 3 space and work 2 double crochets into it, and then double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That should be, you should be double crocheting in the first 2 stitches of that shell. Then go ahead and work your shell in the shell. and double crochet in the last double crochet. Chain 3 and shell in the shell. Okay, now we're going to double crochet in the next 13 stitches, including the first 2 double crochets of that shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. That brings us up to the chain 1 space. You're going to double crochet in that chain 1 space and double crochet in the last 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6. Okay, so that's just a plain double crochet row after our little clover, our little flower. Okay, now we're going to do the decreased row again, just like we worked here. So at this point, I'm going to do I actually am going to just turn without doing anything and single crochet in that first stitch, chain 3, single crochet in the same, chain 5, and single crochet in the same, and chain 3, and single crochet in the same. Now, if you, like I said, if you want to do those little pliques, you sure can, or a cluster of some sort. Now we're going to half double crochet in the next 3 stitches and double crochet in the next 17. There's 5. There's 10. There's 15. It leaves us 15, 16, and 17. It's actually, we have come back short one. I think I missed a stitch or I miscounted. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 17. So we have 1 stitch left. I must have miscounted. Bear with me one moment. I think I have an error in my pattern, and we only want 17 stitches. So I am going to half double crochet in 4 stitches instead of 3 on this row only. Then double crochet in the next 17 stitches. There's 5. And here's 10. Here's 15, leaving us 2 at the end. And then go ahead and work a shell in the shell. And double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay, and now we're going to chain 3, turn your work a shell in the shell, Now we're going to double crochet in the next 5 stitches, including those first 2 of the shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make an eyelet, so we're going to chain 1, skip a double crochet, and double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make another eyelet or a little flower. So chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and double crochet in the next 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and that puts us to that first double crochet. The remaining stitches will be left unworked because that's our decrease. Okay, and that should be oh yeah, no, that's correct. The last few stitches are left unworked. Actually, my pattern says to work only the next 5 stitches, which seems like an awful lot, and I think it should probably be 7. Let me double check over here what we have in my original. I only had 5 with 3 stitches. Okay, we'll leave those remaining stitches unworked then. Okay, now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the first 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3, which gives us 2 double crochets left before the eyelet. You're going to chain 3. You're going to single crochet in that chain 1 space, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, I see what my mistake is. I did not count 7 here. Oh, counting is so important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I only put 5 stitches in between my chain 1 spaces. There has to be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 7. There must be 7 in between there. Okay, so go ahead and chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the last 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5, which puts us at the proper decrease. Okay, so chain 2, and then double crochet in the first 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3. You should have 2 double crochets left before the chain 1 space. So chain 3, working your eyelet, single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 3, skip the next 2 double crochets, and double crochet in the next 3 double crochets, which will leave 2 more double crochets before the next eyelet, chain 1 space, chain 3, and single crochet into that chain 1 space, chain 3, skip the next 2 double crochets, and double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 2 being part of the shell. Go ahead and shell in the shell. And double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay. Now we should be on row 18. We're going to go ahead and chain 3. Shell in that first shell. Double crochet in the next 7 stitches, including the first 2 on that shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should take you right up to the next chain 3 space. We are going to finish our eyelet, so go ahead and put 2 double crochets in that next chain 3 space. Chain 1, skip to the next chain 3 space and work 2 double crochets in there, and then double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. You're at the next eyelet, so go ahead and put 2 double crochets in that next chain 3 space. Chain 1, skip to the next chain 3 space, put 2 double crochets in there, and double crochet in the last 3 double crochets. Okay, so we worked another 2 little flowers. Okay, row 19, you're going to go ahead and chain 2. Turn your work. Double crochet in the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which should bring you right up to the next chain 1 space. You're going to double crochet into it, and then double crochet in the next 11. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, reading the wrong line. Double crochet in the next 7 stitches, then double crochet in the next chain 1 space, and now double crochet in the next 11. Six, and that brings us right up to our shell. So we're going to work a shell in the shell, and double crochet in the last double crochet on that row. So you're essentially just double crocheting in every stitch and every chain 1 space across, and then you're going to work 2 double crochets in that first part of the shell, and then work your shell in your shell. So every time you're going forward and coming back, you're going to be working 2 double crochets on this side of the shell. This is the shoulder side of your work, and this is the border on this side. You're always going to be working 2 double crochets on this side of the shell. Okay, row 20, chain 3. You're always going to be doing this on the shoulder side, chain 3, and then work a shell in the shell. Then we're going to double crochet in the next 27 double crochets. There's 12. There's 18. There's 24, 25, 26, and 27. That should take you all the way across the work. Okay. Okay, now we're going to turn our work, and I'm going to go ahead and single crochet in that last stitch I just made. I'm going to chain 3. We're going to do our decrease. Single crochet in that same stitch, chain 5, single crochet again in that same stitch, and chain 3, and single crochet in that same stitch. Okay. Making our little border again. Once you get this worked out, those should lay a little more flat. Actually, that doesn't look bad at all. They were really curly when I didn't turn in single crochet. Okay, so now we're gonna half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna double crochet in the next 25 stitches. There's 10. There's 15. And there's 20. 22, 23, 24, and 25 should bring you all the way up to the next chain 1 space on your shell. And go ahead and work a shell in the shell. And double crochet in the last double crochet. It's turning out really pretty. I don't mind it at all, I guess, in this lavender color. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, turn your work, shell in the shell. Double crochet in the next 5 stitches, including the first 2 of the shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Okay, now we're going to work some eyelets. So we're going to chain 1, skip a double crochet, and double crochet in the next 7 stitches, not 5 like I did last time. 4, 5, 6, and there's 7, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7, we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the last 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, leaving those last 3 half double crochets unworked. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the first 3 stitches. That'll leave you 2 double crochets before the chain 1 space. You're going to continue to work your eyelets as we did before. Skip those 2 double crochets, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. Chain 3, skip the next 2 double crochets, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and just going to continue to repeat double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. Skip the last 2 double crochets and then double crochet in the last 5 double crochets, which would include 2 of the shell. Okay, then shell in the shell. And double crochet in the last double crochet. Okay, now we're on row 24. We're going to chain 3. Going to shell in the shell. Now we're going to double crochet in the next 7 double crochets, including the first 2 of the shell. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that brings us right up to the chain 3 space. Go ahead and work 2 double crochets in that first chain 3 space. Chain 1, skip to the next chain 3 space and work 2 double crochets in there. Double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. That brings you to the next chain 3 space. Go ahead and continue on as you have before. 2 double crochets in the chain 3 space, chain 1, skip to the next chain 3 space and work 2 double crochets in it and repeat across. When you get to the last chain 3 space, go ahead and work 2 double crochets in that last chain 3 space, and then double crochet into the last 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're on row 25. Miscounted my rows and my pattern, my original pattern. So we're going to chain 2. And you're going to double crochet in each double crochet and each chain 1 space across, including those 2 for the shell. Then you're going to work your shell in the shell and then double crochet in the last double crochet, and I'll meet you. Okay, and so we're at the end of row 24. I'm sorry, this is row 25 rather. That we just finished 25, we're now on row 26. So go ahead and chain 3, work shell in the shell. That's 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, and then double crochet in each stitch all the way across. And at the end of this, we'll work that little, the little clover again. So I'll meet you at the clover. Okay, I've reached the end of row 26. This is where we're going to do our decrease. I'm going to turn my work. I'm not chaining 1. I'm just going to go ahead and single crochet in that first double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the first same stitch, chain 5, single crochet in the same again, chain 3, and single crochet in the same one again to make that little cluster on the end, a little flower on the end. Okay, so now we're going to half double crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then double crochet in the remaining stitches all the way up to the shell, including those 2 stitches on the shell. Work a shell in the shell, double crochet in the last double crochet, and I'll meet you at that end.